Nice. The lag beast has been defeated, and now we can move on. Alright, never mind. We're not spending the whole episode doing that, which, honestly, good. Thank you! Alright. Rip in pieces. Man, I should try to parry him fighting going forward. That was the easiest time I've had with that particular Phantom. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Elden Ring Let's Play. Now, if you remember last episode, I said we'd be heading north in the snowfield. And in case you can't tell by the location, I did this cool thing called lying. Because today we're actually going to be starting to go through the rest of Mount Gilmere. Because that has a quest line that I would like to do before progressing further into the mountains. Mainly our good friend Alexander, who, if you'll remember, is a sentient pot. Because he can actually help you during the fire giant fight, and any help is greatly appreciated, especially if it's lore accurate. And he is right behind this guy, so we're gonna deal with him first, and then go finish the quest line. Wow, I really just teleported through that magma, huh? Neat. Now, if I haven't screwed this up more than I already have, we should be able to just ride over here. And there he is! And we can talk to him from here, so we don't have to stand in the lava.
Ah, good sir. What? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to a T. But it's hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such. Perhaps I'll head. There's an old saying above the lofty. Perhaps I'll. There's an old saying above the lofty.
Cool. Now we can get his help during the boss fight, and we got a new hat. But anyway, now that that's taken care of, we can go ahead and go through the rest of the Volcano Manor, which is not a fun place, I assure you. So we'll talk to Tanith and get the rewards.
This is your... Perhaps our Lord... Yes. Now, I will Farewell, then. May your visit be fruitful.
Now, you'll notice that we have been teleported to a cave. And I'll be honest, I could, if I really, really wanted to, just go in there and kill the boss right now. But that's no fun, so instead I'm going to teleport back and go through the area as intended. Also, the item I got basically just heals you anytime you kill an enemy. It's not a decent amount, though.
I have the root. Take it. Let us try till we reach.
And this will be the last opportunity to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of those skills.
Have you any strange something beyond? Oh, it just isn't.
And now we're going to go through the rest of this red hail. progress the quest line in an unintended manner. You know, as soon as I find the illusory wall. I can't remember where it is, so we're going to be doing this quite a bit. Something I miss about the original Dark Souls is that you could cancel the door opening animation by rolling halfway through. There we go. Alright, bucko, I see how it is. Again, doing the cool thing that is ignoring the enemies. No reason to engage in battle if you don't need to. Of course, this guy's a different story. Cool. Then we go this way. And, ooh, site of grace in a church. How interesting. And if we go through this door over here, we'll discover that there is, in fact, a whole ash area. 2, technically. So, there are 2 ways to reach the boss of this area. One is to do the Volcano Manor questline, you know, simple as. The other is to go through this section of the map. And honestly, this section is more fun, but if you kill the boss before completing the questline, you don't get any of the cool armor, which is why I'd bothered to do the questline. It would have been really funny if I had got the Magma Blade, because that's like one of the rarest weapons in the game. Dog Central. Well, time to employ the old-fashioned Joestar technique. There aren't many items in this area worth picking up, so there's no reason to stop and grab them. Oh, there's 2 of you bastards. And me without my good AoE spells. I heckin' hate the dogs in this game. This is like one of the few things in the universe that makes me just say I hate dogs. Oh, right, they're immune to fire. What was I thinking? Of course the frickin' snake people living in the Volcano Manor are immune to fire. Why was I even thinking otherwise? Alright, well let's continue on our merry way. Because first we have to go through this house. Which there is a site of grace in, by the way. And then we go through the lava court. And then we can reach the boss. Now, unfortunately, these guys have a bad habit of yelling to alert the enemies in the area, but I'm gonna do this sick, nasty trick called parkour and just skip past them and rest at the site of grace because I know where it is. And like that, they've all de-aggroed. I'm just gonna go out this door over here. And we'll get into the real meat and potatoes of the Volcano Manor. Or rather, the lava magma, as you can see. Look at all those slugs. I'm just gonna ignore them. As we do with most things. Here's the thing, right? If you know where you're going, you actually can just ignore 90% of the enemies in Souls games. Like, it is a valid strategy to just run past everything. Speaking of running past, that guy up there is not super friendly, but he's also blocking a shortcut. So we're going to deal with him just so I don't have to worry about it later on. And don't worry, there is another version of this guy that I'll probably be fighting later. But for now, we're just gonna go over here and pull the lever. Or rather, push. And bada bing, bada boom, we have a shortcut from one church to another church. Why did they build two churches so close together? And it's not like this is a town where there are multiple people of different denominations. This is like a single residence. I do find it interesting that this is a cool moment. Bridge rising out of the lava. It's just interesting that this is like cutscene worthy in a sense. Although you wouldn't get to see those cool cages otherwise. And now we have a shortcut. And if this was an earlier version of the game, we'd have two shortcuts. Because, for those of you who don't know, there used to be a very popular skip where you would be able to jump up on these platforms and then onto that wheel, and then jump up to that fence and over and onward. And it could get you a very powerful weapon very early on. But you know, I already have a plus 10 weapon, so it's not really that relevant to me. Anyway, we're going to go through here and fight what I can only describe as one of my least favorite varieties of enemies. You will probably recognize them. And then we can go fight the boss proper. Excuse me. Oh, nicely done, my mimic friend. In that, we have one of the best dex rapiers in the game. We have some lore bits, and we have a new site of grace with which to move forward. And all with only a couple Estus. I mean, it's not Estus. Whatever. Dark Souls terminology. Doesn't matter. Anyway, now we come out here. And we come across the lava field. And we get to run past a bunch of slugs. You know what? I think I'm going to end this episode with fighting Rykard. He's an easy enough boss fight. He's a gimmick boss fight. And then we have the lovely Iron Maiden out here to greet us. Iron Virgin, rather. not much of a difference. But we can just ignore her. And we get iframes for opening this door. But she can still sling her axe at us, so we want to be quick. Come through here. And then we'll have a bunch of these poison zombies, more serpent men to run after. This is really just a dedicated farming spot for those magma blades, because like I said, they are the rarest drop in the game. Then we enter this. Now there are a couple of neat things that you can get in here, so I'll probably be coming back at some point. But since this episode is all just showing about how to get places, we're just going to ignore all that. Ignore the zombies, ignore the snake men, ignore the wizard snake men. And then you could run back past the banister and go up there and get access to another area. Or you can just come to the teleport waypoint. And bada bing, bada boom. We're where we were like 10 minutes ago. We ran in a circle. And now I have to change up my build a bit because this is a gimmick boss fight, but it also functions very differently from a normal boss as a result. So the best way to deal with this boss fight is, of course, the mimic tier, but that isn't because it's the necessarily like 100% best option for this fight. Well, I mean it is, but it's not like because of the general reason. No, the general reason is because in order to beat this boss, you have to use the Serpent Hunter Spear, which we just picked up, which is the only weapon in the game that has a 0 stat requirement, as far as I'm aware. But it's also the only way to significantly damage this boss. And as such, having 2 of them is very useful. Especially when the boss can do stuff like that. Alright, well, have fun, big buddy. Am I really gonna die to frickin' Rykard? Honestly, that would be kind of funny. Because a lot of people consider Rykard the easiest boss in the game due to the fact that he's, you know, a gimmick boss fight. As you can see, we're already mostly done with him. Alright. And now on to Phase 2. Because, as with all shard bearers, Rykard has a Phase 2. And he also has one of the fun cutscenes, so I'm going to shut up now.
Very well. Join myself and King as remedy. Together we will devour the very god.
Together! Alright, anyway, time to kill. You know, if I could hit him. Ow. Yes, please take aggro. So, I don't feel bad about cheesing this boss as much as I do about certain other bosses, because if you're not careful, it is very easy for this to turn from a Dark Souls boss fight into a bullet hell. And Dark Souls bullet hell is not as fun as you think it sounds. Close enough. All right. And now the only thing left to do for this quest line is to go back and tell all of his groupies that he's dead. But we can do that later. For now, let's go get his Great Rune activated. Because thankfully, I already have that tower in a spot where I can teleport to it. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna finish up the Volcano Manor questline this episode. So once this is done, we're gonna go back there and deal with the last dregs, so to speak, which is basically just telling everyone, "Hey, your god's dead," and then moving forward. And then next episode, we will do the northern half of the snowfield, which will give us access to the eastern half. And then we can do the end of the game, which realistically should only be like, let's see, doing mental math. Snowfield. There. Yeah, I'm guessing 5 or so more episodes. Probably gonna finish this before episode 40, and if not, well, whatever. And now we have Rykard's Great Rune. Which basically just makes it so that when you kill enemies, you get health back. But you know, there's already items in the game that do that, so big whoop.
It's true then. No, defeat is not the... Until then. I suggest I will miss the champion I always was. This is perhaps sweet. This is perhaps sweet.
There's that. Oh, and then we get a little reward. Then this guy.
So, I harbor you no ill will. Even he was prepared to meet a wretched end. But any road, though we may yet, we hunted our own, and with everything in hand. Oh, great hope, I am the recusant Bernard. We refuse to become your pawn. Oh, great. I am the we refused.
And with that, the Volcano questline is complete. Well, not quite. There's one more circuit to do. Oh, hey, that's gross.
Oh, you allow me some time. Our Lord's carcass is vast. Dear Rykard, I wish to be yours one day. Dear, I wish to one day.
Damn, dude, that's gross. Stop it.
My Lord, Rykard.
And then we have this friend. Which, you know, is just a Crucible Knight. Too early. Don't know what you're aiming at there, buddy. Anyway. And with that, we get the aspect of the Crucible Breath, which is like the last spell that a lot of people can miss because you have to do this quest line. And with that, we have no more reason to explore the Volcano Manor at present. I mean, there might be one or two more things that I'm forgetting, but for now, we've got everything we need, so we can just move forward. So, let's move forward. I know I still have to reimburse his remembrance, but that can come later. So for now, I'm just going to stop the episode here. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.